Hi guys, welcome to my system here. I've created it with the ISO of ArcoLinuxS Plasma. And that's the topic of this video. Building ISOs all the time, right? We deliver you a lot of icons at some point in time. Every 2 months, more or less, we give you new ISOs. So mid-September, in a week's time, there's a new release, and the new desktop is Cutefish. That will be ISO number 28, right? And desktop number 23 is gonna be Cutefish. So tutorials and stay rolling videos will follow, but at this point in time, 27 or 22, right? In the holiday release. If we can build it, you can build it. It has all to do with the ArcoLinux University vision, the learning path, path 1, path 2, path 3. So following paths, learning path. And in the ArcoLinuxD, it's quite literally there. That's phase 1, that's phase 2, that's phase 3, that's phase 4, phase 5, phase 6, and so on. So as a beginner, you start in phase 1, and then you can go on and learn more about building. And the end phase, the last phase, is you've managed to comprehend an operating system that much that you can build your own distribution and help others use ArcoLinux basically. The thing that we're missing on the ArcoLinuxB ISO is one ISO. I've checked them all now. Everything is available except this little guy here, ArcoLinuxS-Lts. Everything is ready but the video. So CWM is a new one and Cutefish is a new one, and all the others were already there. How to build the ISO. Again, if I can build it, you can build it, but you can build it better. That's always the opinion, right? That is the way it goes. You can build the ISO on ArcoLinux, ArcoLinux, EndeavourOS, RebornOS, GarudaLinux, and ArcoLinux, not Manjaro. So what we're gonna do is build this particular ArcoLinux version. At some point in time, I had this idea, a what if, right? And I started experimenting with this what if in another idea, another what if, which is basically just putting calamars on ArcoLinux. And it's in this particular project that I thought, let's create an ArcoLinux Zen. Let's create an ArcoLinux, then called ALCI, right? ISO Zen, ISO LTS, and so on, right? With that knowledge, coming back to ArcoLinux and said, okay, let's now build an ArcoLinux XS, which means no software at all. You decide the software during calamars, sudo pacman-s or select in calamars or scripts later on. It's all good, but it will have, and that's what the knowledge you need to have already. There are several Linux kernels you can have. So sudo pacman-s, super simple. If I press enter, I will have the Linux LTS kernel. At this point in time, I do not. If you install the LTS, the letters LTS are in here. Hardened is in there. Zen is in there. These are the choices, right? Hardened, LTS, and Zen. Okay, so this is a way to build an ISO for the long-term support. That's what it stands for, long-term support. All right, now let's do something, right? Activate ourselves and get it done. Control C. Everybody has an opinion. There is no way we can build ISOs where everybody's gonna say this is it, right? There's always someone that says, it would be nice if the wallpaper and the icons and all that. So the point of the ArcoLinuxB is that you are in control more of the end result. And inside installation scripts, you can run everything you need to run. Like 30 is for downloading everything, getting rid of all the packages. 40 is because you have just built it, you forgot something and you build it again. No need to download everything again, right? Just the things you want extra will be downloaded. So that's bandwidth wise better. setting myself ready for a number 40 later on. Now you can keep everything as is. Fine, you'll get the ISO we get. Agreed? You're running the same scripts as we are. Now, what's the fun in that, right? So the thing is, how about changing the packages list? How about taking a look at 1,000 lines more or less, right? And decide what you want to have. So here we tell them we're gonna have the Linux LTS, and no, you cannot just simply change it to Zen. It doesn't work that way. It's a lot of work inside Calamares to do that. But you can, however, decide to, well, install i3 there, right? Just hashtags, and that's all it is. Let's just stick to XFCE, and then scroll up to the fact that maybe you don't like Yay, but you do like Paru. Okay, Yay's out. Now my recommendation is always to have two of them. If one of them fails, for whatever reason, you have another one to build AUR packages. That's what this is. Yay and Paru and Trizen are AUR builders, Arch User Repository builders. Sublime Text is not installed. Well, it is now, right? Simple as that. So if there are things on here that you say, I don't like conkeys, well, all that's you have to do is control find conkey. That's one thing about conkeys. Here's another thing, ArcoLinux conkeys, they're out. And then find, keep finding conky, right? Everything conky wise is out, yes. Now this is a little bit more knowledge, but the pipe menus are actually part of conkeys. They will provide the conky Zen thing. So out as well. Now, if you have OpenBox, you'll need pipe menus for OpenBox. Knowledge is required, right? You can't do without knowledge, but that's knowing your system. Maybe you like the Numix circle icons. So Numix is back on, and Saturday, for example, is back out. Now, it will not be installed by default, right? You need to set more things. It will have probably ugly icons since Saturday and Surfing are not installed, and by default he's looking for it. So that's that. It's a choice, and it's up to you to live with the choices. So Vivaldi is not there. I like Vivaldi. Vivaldi is installed, and so on and so on and so on. And by figuring out all these Lego blocks and the pieces, you get consequences, and you learn from these consequences. Okay, if we remove HW probe, if you type probe, that's what we ask from time to time, just type probe and give us the link. If you delete hardware probe, well, you can't give us this link anymore. So consequences due to decisions. So take a look at all the applications, some fonts maybe. Praga is there, maybe Qubit torrent, you want to have it back again, and so on and so on. VLC, for example, to play videos. So it's decision time making. All right, you do that, and if that's done, then you build. Simple as that. And then you build. So number 40 it is in my case. I've just built Cutefish. I already have built CWM. So a lot of packages are already on my machine, but everything XFCE like was not. So those are installed, and Linux LTS was not on my machine. That's not installed, but downloaded, right? And now I have it, and now I can install. So all these guys were not on my local var cache pacman packages, and now they are. And it's gonna make a nice ISO for us, and that's what you boot up. Anybody can actually build an ISO, and that's the power we supply. Let's wait for the ISO and then have a look.